All right, YouTube, got a quick one for you today. Now, the Great Pyramids of Giza and the boy who claimed to be reincarnated living a past life on planet Mars as a pilot, okay? You're looking at a picture of the Sphinx, I'm sure you know, hidden in plain sight, right? And that's how I see it. Hidden in plain sight, there's a blocking stone. Okay, now, we would have, I don't think we really would have paid much attention to this blocking stone or thought much of it if it wasn't for Boris, the boy claiming to be from Mars, okay? Boris, incredibly intelligent boy from Russia, adopted at a young age. His mother said he could read, write, do artwork, just gifted, talented at a very, very young age, okay? He claims he remembers a past life upon a once flourishing planet Mars. Okay, but Boris claims the planet was annihilated by a catastrophic past war. Okay, he claims to have supernatural abilities and survived the Martian wars. Now, according to Boris, many Martians are immortal, okay, and stop aging at age 35. They're very tall, technologically advanced, capable of interstellar travel. He said, I'm going to read a quote right here. He says, I remember when I was 14 or 15 years old, the Martians were waging war all the time. I would often have to participate in their air raids with a friend of mine. Okay, he says we could travel in time and space flying round spaceships, but would observe life on Earth in our triangular crafts. Okay, Martian spaceships were very complicated. They are layered and they could fly across the universe. Right? Sounds crazy, huh? Boris supposedly stated that Mars still has an alien civilization despite suffering a massive nuclear catastrophe in the distant past. He insists there's a lot more to be discovered on planet Earth and pointing to the pyramids of Giza, which he says hides incredible secrets yet to be unlocked, okay, according to Boris, okay. Another quote I want to read to you guys, okay. The human life will change when the Sphinx is open. It has an opening mechanism somewhere behind the ear. I do not remember exactly where. Now think about this for a minute. This is back in 1996, 97, 98, well, he was born in 96, so this is like early 2000s, okay? He's making these claims that are coming to reality today. They're coming true today. I mean, I think that adds a little bit of credibility to what he's saying. I mean, don't you? He explains, the planet-ending war that happened on Mars was caused by a nuclear war waged between the beings living there. There are only a few survivors, he claims, who constructed protection lodges and built new weapons. The boy states the Martians breathe carbon dioxide, and if they sometimes come to our planet, they would have to breathe from pipes filled with carbon dioxide. Now, according to Boris, life on Earth will change irrevocably when the Great Sphinx is unlocked using a mysterious mechanism behind one of his ears. Unfortunately, he hasn't really given any further details, and he's since vanished, okay? That's another little important detail I should throw in there. But after he made this claim, it brought an enormous amount of attention to the blocking stone below the ear, and it actually led to new and recent discoveries. So again, I mean, how did he know this stuff, right? Boris claims he is a reincarnated soldier placed here on Earth to avoid the same irreversible fate that Mars has suffered due to a catastrophic war, right? Boris claims many of his kind still exist on Earth, past, present, and futures, calling themselves indigo children. Okay, often stating all of this while in a trance. Crazy, right? In fact, his prediction of a catastrophic Mars-like war coming down to Earth was given by many of the children claiming to be indigo children. Okay, another mystery surrounding the Sphinx is that there is a time capsule hidden within it, and we will only discover the time capsule together as a race, as the human race. Okay? And only when we are intellectually capable of absorbing the information that the time capsule will give us that is hidden inside. Crazy, right? Okay, now, another recent discovery was a huge void in the middle of the Great Pyramid. Mainstream media tried to block it. The Egyptian antiquities authorities quickly covered up the story. Disinformation, sound familiar, right? After using solar scanning technology, they have discovered a large void inside of the pyramid. We're talking about the Great Pyramid of Giza here, people. They've discovered tunnels that would be impossible for any human to travel through with like 3 separate locked doors. They've discovered a large stairway leading down to nothing, really. They can't get to the bottom of it, and I'm going to cover that in another video. But as far as the void goes, it's about 100 feet long. I think they said 30 or 40 feet wide. It's a giant void, right? And just aside, just a little quick cliff note here. Most researchers believe it was completed in 2550 BC, but I think it's much older. I'm talking about the pyramids. I think they could be 10,000 years old. Who knows? I mean, they found fossils, water lines, I mean, all types of things that would prove that it's much older than they say. But now let's talk about how did they find the void. Let me go back to a picture real quick right here to kind of show you what I'm referring to, right? Okay, how did they find the void? If you don't know, when cosmic rays hit our atmosphere, okay, they shoot these like subatomic particles towards the ground. When they pass through objects, they give off like some type of energy, and that's how detectors record what is beneath the pyramid surface. It's kind of like underground penetrating radar, okay, right? I mean, so what do you guys think? Like, what is beneath this? And also I want to add, you know, not only did they perform that test, they also did 2 other tests to verify, you know, their findings to make sure that they're not going to put out some false information. But I do believe the Egyptian authorities, government, whatever, there's a lot of people involved. I think they're trying to cover it up. But, you know, it is hard to believe. I mean, look, it's very hard to believe that, you know, there's a boy from Mars who makes all these incredible claims. And, you know, he was a fighter pilot, he's reincarnated, he's vanished. I mean, it sounds absolutely insane, but there is a little bit of credibility to his story. And a part of it is, like I said, back then, how did he know this stuff? This stuff is coming true today that he talked about, you know, when he was a very small child. And now I think he would be around 20 or 21 years old today. Am I right about that? Yeah, he'd be about 21 years old today, roughly around there, right? And like I said, he's vanished. No one can find him. No one's heard of him. Where did he go? Where did he come from? What happened to him? Did he just, you know, simply duck out? Like he didn't want to be in the limelight? Didn't want the attention? It's very possible. I mean, but, and another thing I thought about too, you know, this locking stone under the ear, right? It would be hard for me to believe that no one has ever tried to get in there. You know, you would think that somebody would just like, you know, go rent a machine or a little cherry picker and just drive on up there and try to pop it open. But I think even if they did do something like that, I don't think it would be that simple. I don't think it would be that easy to unlock the secrets. I think there's more to it. Also, another incredibly interesting find, they found hidden doorways now. Like if you're facing on the right-hand side, about halfway down, there's a new entrance leading to tunnels. You know, they're talking about rooms and voids under there. They won't really say much. I think they've only allowed like 1 or 2 reporters to go there. Now, there's other media outlets that are claiming to know what's going on, but it's clickbait. I think there's only been just a handful of people that have actually been able to go there and witness, you know, this tunnel going underneath the Sphinx. I mean, how crazy is that, right? And they actually have found 2 new openings, and this is in 2019. This is recent. Okay, and now they're trying to figure out, you know, what is this thing below the right ear, this blocking stone, and how do they open it? How do they get up there? What do they do? You know, but again, I don't think it's going to be that easy. I don't think it's going to be that simple. Now, as far as the boy and reincarnation, I totally believe it. This photograph right here, if you look at the scaffolding, that's the tunnel is somewhere right around there, right? It goes underneath, and like I said, they're claiming that there's other tunnels. Now, the pyramid behind it, that's where the void is. It's about 100 feet, they say, long. I think it's, you know, 20, 30 feet high, whatever. That's a lot. That's a big void. And I don't think that's by accident, because they built this thing to precision. I mean, go watch the documentaries. It has 8 sides. I mean, this thing was like perfectly built. Okay. So to have this giant void that we've never seen, we have no idea what's in there. To think that some type of mistake would be incredibly naive and ignorant, honestly. You know, but again, the Egyptian authorities, they're trying to cover this up, or the antiquities authorities, whoever you want to blame it on, they're trying to cover it up. You know, and I kind of don't blame them on one hand, because, you know, you don't want just an average Joe going over there and getting credit for some world-changing discovery. And I don't know, and I think, they say, and I'll probably end it here. They talk about, well, in the 80s, there's not going to be any new things. We're not going to find anything new. In the 90s, nope, we found it all. We're not going to find anything new. But yet they're still discovering new things, each and every decade, almost every year. And the recent finding is incredibly important, probably one of the biggest. I mean, you know how long this stuff has been there? For thousands of years, and they're just now figuring out there's tunnels underneath it? I mean, how crazy is that, right? So I don't know, guys. I'm probably going to leave it at that. What do you think? Leave your comment below. Sub to the channel. Like I said, just a quick one. I wanted to talk about it today and get your opinion. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay, have a good day. Thank you for watching.